Sorry. This was the homework. Okay. Question number one: the vernier caliper having one main scale division as 0.1 centimeter is designed to have a least count of 0.02 centimeter. Okay, it has been designed to have a least count of 0.02 centimeter. If n is the number of division on vernier scale and m be the length of the division. Okay, so we have to this n is the number of divisions on a vernier scale and m is the length of the division. You have to find the value of n and m. Okay, now see, now what they are telling you, they are telling us that vernier caliper has one main scale division at 0.1 millimeter. So we can write here as one main scale division is 0.1 centimeter. Okay, then we have what? The least count they have given to us. The least count is 0.02 centimeter is the least count. Okay, fine. Now what we have to find? We have to find the number of divisions on vernier scale and the length of the vernier scale. Okay. Now we know that the least count of vernier caliper, the least count is equal to one main scale division minus one vernier scale division. Is this correct or not? It is correct. Okay. So least count is one main scale division minus one vernier scale division. So let us suppose that one vernier scale division is equal to x. Okay, we can assume this. So can we find the value of one vernier scale division? Okay, so one vernier scale division would be equal to one main scale division minus least count. Okay, so we have assumed this as x. So x would be equal to how much? 1.1 minus 0.02, that will come as 0.08 centimeter. So what is so 0.08 is basically what? 0.08 is one vernier scale division. Now in this question you have to look at the options. Okay, if you look at this option, if I take this option number C, okay, if we have 10 division, okay, if we have 10 division, the length of the vernier scale would be equal to how much? See, if if vernier scale has 10 divisions, okay, so we are assuming if number of division of vernier scale is 10, then what is the length of vernier scale division? That would be equal to one vernier scale division x, that is 0.08 into 10, which will come as 0.8 centimeter. Okay, so which option would be correct? The option number C would be correct, because if number of division is 10, then the length of vernier scale is coming at 0.8 centimeter. So this is the correct answer. Okay, I hope you understood. Okay, fine. Now next problem. Next problem is that okay. Next problem is that the main scale the main scale of vernier caliper reads in millimeter. Okay, so from question itself we have to get the answer. Okay, fine. The data would be given in the question itself. Okay, the main scale on of the vernier caliper reads in millimeter, and its vernier is divided into 10 division, which coincide with the 9 division of the main scale. So main scale is reading in millimeter, which means one main scale division would be equal to how much? 1 millimeter. Okay, one vernier scale division we don't know, so we can assume like x. Now what they are telling you, they are telling us that 9 division 10 division of uh, 10 division of vernier scale coincide with 9 division of the main scale, which means what? 9 into 1 millimeter should be equal to 10 into x. Okay, 9 division of main scale is coinciding with the 10 division of the vernier scale. So 9 into 1 millimeter equal to 10 into x. What is x? X is one vernier scale division. Okay, so from here can we get the value of this x? Okay, so x would come as 0.9 millimeter is the value of one vernier scale division. So from here, can we get the least count? The least count of 1 year scale would be equal to 1 main scale division minus 1 1 year scale division, which is what? 1 minus 0.9, which is 0.1 millimeter. So 0.1 millimeter is basically what? It is the least count of the, okay, one one least count to will be 0.1 millimeter. Okay, fine. So in the first part of the problem, we have got the least count. So if you read the question from starting, the main scale of 1 year scale reads in millimeter, which means from this statement we got the data of one main scale division, that is 1 millimeter. Okay, and its 1 year is divided into 10 divisions. So how many divisions are there in 1 year? That is 10. It coincides with 9 division of the main scale. Okay, so how many divisions are coinciding? 9 division of the main scale is coinciding. Okay, the least count is one main scale division minus one year scale division. Okay, least count is one main scale division minus one year scale division. In previous problem also I have used this formula only. The least count equal to one main scale division minus one year scale division. Okay, so from this data we need to find the value of least count. Okay, my voice is not clear to you all. Okay, fine. So from this first statement I got least count. Now second statement, read. When the two jaws of instrument touch each other, okay, the seventh division, when the two jaws are in contact or touch each other, the seventh division of 1 year scale coincide with the scale division, okay, and zero of the 1 year scale lies to the right of zero of the main scale. Means when okay, when when the instrument jaws touch each other, the seventh division of 1 year scale coincide with the main scale division, and zero of the 1 year lies to the right of zero of the main scale. Now, if zero of the 1 year scale is on the right side of zero of the main scale, then it is a positive error. Okay, it is a positive error. And what is the value of this positive error? The value of the positive error is the seventh division of 1 year scale coincide with the main scale division, which means the seventh, when the jaws are in contact, then the zero of the 1 year is on the right side of zero of the main scale, first point. That means it is a positive error. Now, when the jaws are in contact, which point, which division of the 1 year scale is coinciding with the main scale? The seventh is coinciding, which means positive error would be equal to what? 7 seventh division into least count. Now least count we found at 0.1 millimeter, which means positive error will come as how much? 0.7 millimeter is the positive error. Okay, so from second statement we got the value of positive error. Now read the third statement. Furthermore, when a cylinder is tightly placed along its length between the two jaws, the zero of the 1 year scale is slightly on the left of 3.2 centimeter. Okay, the 1 year scale is slightly to the left of 3.2 centimeter. Okay, now what do you understand from this statement? Okay, we understood like this. If I draw the scale like this is the scale. Okay, top is main scale division, this is main scale, this is 1 year scale. Okay, now 1 year scale 0, this is the 0 of the 1 year scale, is on the left side of 3.2 centimeter. So this is 3.2 centimeter, which means what is the main scale reading? The main scale reading would be equal to 3.1 centimeter. We have to look at the left of 1 year scale. Okay, the left of 1 year scale reading is how much? 3.1 centimeter. So when you are measuring something, now we have to find the measured value. Measured value is main scale reading. Now what is the main scale reading here? The main scale reading is 3.1 centimeter. It is in centimeter. We have to convert in millimeters. So can we write this as what? 31 millimeters minus now. Now what they are telling us that the fourth 1 year scale division now coincide with the main scale division. So when you are reading this, when you are reading with the help of this instrument, the fourth division of the 1 year scale coincide with the scale division, which means what? What is the 1 year scale reading here? 4. 4 into least count. Least count is 0.1 millimeter. So what answer we are getting here? It should be what? 31 minus 0.4 millimeter. Okay, fine. Sorry, it should be plus. Sorry, it should be plus, not minus. It should be plus. Okay. 31 plus 0. This is what? Main scale reading. Main scale reading plus 1 year scale reading into least count. Okay. This should be what? 31.4 millimeter is the measured value. But the exact value or true value will be equal to measured value, that is 31.4 millimeter minus the positive error, that is 0.7 millimeter. The answer would come as 30.7 millimeter, or we can write as 3.07 centimeter. So the length of the cylinder would be 3.07 centimeter. Okay. So those who have got the answer correct, which means we have understood 1 year scale properly. Okay. In this scale, we have all the, yes, we have all positive error also. We have everything in this problem only. Only thing you have to see is how you are reading this problem. Okay. You have to read this problem, understand the problem. Then only you can get the answer from this. Okay. Fine. So third problem we have already done in the last class. Okay. Now fourth problem here. The fourth problem says that the pitch of the screw gauge. So this is the question number 4. Solution 4. Okay. The pitch of the screw gauge is 1 millimeter and there are 50 division on its cap. Okay. Yes, you have to read the question carefully. Otherwise, you'll make a mistake in this problem. Okay. The pitch of the screw gauge is 1 millimeter. So what data we are getting from the first line? The pitch is 1 millimeter. The pitch is 1 millimeter, and there are 50 division on the cap. 50 division means this is what? Circular scale reading. Okay. Number of division of circular scale. This is number of division. Number of division of circular scale. Okay. So can you get the least count of the screw gauge? So least count is equal to pitch by number of division. Okay. So what is the value of pitch here? Pitch we have given as 1 millimeter. Pitch is 1. Number of division is 50. So what we are getting here? It should be what? 0.02 millimeter is the least count. 0.02 millimeter is the least count. Very good. Okay. So we got least count from the first data. Okay. Now next data. Okay. Next what you have to understand here. Next is when nothing is kept between the studs. Okay. Then 44 division of the circular scale coincide with the reference line. Okay. So when nothing is kept means when you are not measuring anything, then we have what? Then when nothing is kept, then the 44 division of circular scale coincide with the reference line. So 44 will be somewhere here. The 0 of the 1 scale would be somewhere above the reference line. So when the 0 is above the reference line, then this is what? This is which error? Positive error or negative error? It is the negative error because it is above the reference line. So negative error would be equal to negative error will be equal to, now how to find negative error? We have total number of division minus coinciding division. Correct now? So how many divisions are there? 50. Total number of divisions 50 into least count. Okay. Minus coinciding is 44. And what is the least count of this instrument? That is 0.02. Okay. So what we are getting 6 into 0.02 millimeter, which means 0.12 millimeter is the negative error in this instrument. Okay. 0.12 millimeter is the negative error in the instrument. Okay. Now, so we got this negative error in this case. Now, next what we have to find, when the glass plate is placed, when a glass plate is placed between the stud, the main scale reads 3 divisions. That is important. Main scale read 3 divisions. Now I told you. Now what is the main scale reading now? That would be equal to 3 into pitch. Now pitch is how much? 1 millimeter, which means main scale reading will come as 3 millimeter. So in screw gauge, the main scale reading is what? Number of division into pitch will give you the main scale reading. And the circular scale read 26 division. Okay, so circular scale is reading how much? 26 division. So we can say circular scale reading will be equal to 26 into least count. Least count is how much? 0.02. So what we are getting here? Okay, what we are getting here? That will come as I think 0.52. Correct now? 0.52. See, negative error I told you, when the zero of the circular scale is above the reference line, then it is a negative error. So in this case, it is above the reference line. So it is negative error in this case. Okay. Now main scale reading is 3 millimeters. So what is the measured value? The measured value will be equal to main scale reading plus circular scale reading. Circular scale reading, that is how much? 3 plus 0.52, which is 3.52 millimeter is the measured value. What is the true value? The true value will be equal to measured value plus negative error. So negative error is always added, positive error is subtracted. Okay. So what we are getting here, measured value is 3.52, 3.52 plus negative error is 0.12 millimeter, which means 3.64 millimeter is the correct answer in this case. Okay, 3.64 millimeter is the correct answer. Correct. Okay, I think you understood all the problems. So in this way, see, in NEET, you won't be asked this much problem. But if you study little bit higher level, you can do each and every problem of 1 year scale, circular scale. Any problem will come, you will definitely do that problem. Okay. If you do something higher level, okay, fine. Any doubt you are having? Yes, answer should be 0.364 also, no problem in that. Okay. See, negative error. I told you negative error. I told you for screw gauge how to find negative error. For screw gauge, negative error is, see, total number of division minus coinciding value. Least count into total number of division minus coinciding value. Okay. First of all, you have to check whether it is negative error or not. For negative error, zero of the circular scale should be above the reference line. So first thing you have to check that it should be above the reference line. Then you have to check which is coinciding part. So in this case, 44th was the coinciding part. So negative error would be equal to total number of division, which is 50, minus coinciding value, that is 44, into least count. Okay, fine. Fourth problem, I think I told you properly. I told you this problem. Okay. One more sum. Okay. I have prepared some homework. I will give you that sum. Okay. Don't worry about it. I have given you. I will give you the JE problems. Okay. Which was asked in JE. Okay. Now let me proceed something more. Okay. Now I will tell you about something about parallax method. Okay. No, no. See, what I am telling you, just understand that. Don't put positive negative error sign. Okay. Just do what. Whenever negative error will come, you add negative error in the measured value. If it is positive error, you subtract. Don't put negative positive sign here. Okay. Fine. Just understand that if it is negative error, you have to add in the measured value. If it is positive error, you have to subtract like this. Don't put plus minus there. Okay. Fine. Now next is, I think we have done all the. I think we have done. Now we have to do some small part which we have studied. Like uh, we have certain unit of measurement, like to measure the length. This is very easy part which is I'm telling you. To measure the length. Okay, fine. So when you are measuring the length, my screen is visible or not? Okay. Somebody are saying yes, somebody is saying no. Okay. Now to measure the length, we have certain like a meter scale. So if you are using meter scale, okay, so meter scale can measure the value of length ranging from 10 to power minus 3 meters to 10 to power 2 meters. Meter scale it can be like centimeter scale which we are having. Okay, fine. So that would be measuring the range up to 10 to power minus 3. 10 to power minus 3 meter means 1 millimeter. So you can take a centimeter scale. So what is the minimum measurement of centimeter scale? That is 1 millimeter. So the meter scale or centimeter scale can measure centimeter scale can measure the value from 10 to power minus 3 meters to 10 to power 2 meters. Okay. No, it is, see, it is under unit dimension only. These are the very small parts which you were telling about parallax method. That what I'm explaining. Okay. Which this is under unit dimension only. Okay. You don't have to do anything else. Okay. Next is 1 year scale. 1 year scale. Now can you tell me what is the range of 1 year scale? Or what is the minimum measurement 1 year scale can do? That is 0.1 millimeter or 10 to power minus 4 meter. Okay, so if I have to measure 10 to power 4 meter minus 4, it would be measured by 1 year scale. Then circular scale can measure 0.01 millimeter or 10 to power minus 5 meters. Okay, so these are some measurement of length. Like meter scale can measure up to 10 to power minus 3 to 10 to power 2 millimeters. Okay, then we have a 1 year scale, then we have circular scale. Okay, now if I have to measure the very large distance, okay, measurement of large distance. To measure the large distance, we use parallax method. Okay, to measure the large distance, we use parallax method. Okay, now what is parallax method? Okay, a circular scale screw gauge is same only. Okay, whenever I'm writing circular scale or screw gauge or micrometer, all the three scales have means both all the three are same name, same scale only. It can be for different names. Okay, to measurement of the very large distance, we use parallax method. Okay, why we are using parallax method? Because I think if you see the distance between Earth and the Moon, can you measure with the help of meter scale or any other instrument? Can you measure? Can you measure with any instrument from distance from Sun to Moon or distance from Sun to Earth, Sun Sun to Earth or Sun to Moon or Earth to Moon? It is very difficult for us to measure. So for that only, we are using parallax method. Now, what is parallax? First of all, parallax is The parallax is defined as it is a phenomena by which the phenomena by which the position of a point position of the point changes. Okay, position of the point changes. Okay, it is a phenomena by which the position of the point changes with respect to observer. Okay, this phenomena is known as parallax method. Now, I give you one example. You can do at your home now itself. You take a pen. Okay, you close one eye and look at the pen. Okay, do it now. If you have a pen, you close your one eye and look at the pen. Okay, you will find that pen will have some position. Now you close the another eyes and then you see the pen. Okay, the first eyes you close, then you close the another eyes. What you will observe? You will observe that when you are changing the point of observation, the position of the pen will change with respect to wall. So if you have the wall at the back, okay, just look at the pencil. Okay, you will find that the position of the pencil will change with respect to the point on the wall. Okay, this uh, this yes, this change in position. Okay, this change in position of the point with respect to observer. Now, if you look at this pen, first the left eye is the observer, right eye is the observer, and then the left eye is the observer. Which means when you're changing the observer, the position of the pen will change with respect to position on the wall. Okay, this method is known as parallax method. Okay, this method is known as parallax method. Okay, now I give you one more example. Okay, just tell me one thing more. You are traveling in a train. I hope everyone has traveled in a train only. Okay, you are traveling in a train. This is a train. Fine. We have some tree at the destination position like this. A tree is there. A mountain can be there like this. Okay. Now, if the train is moving with some speed v, now what you will see? You will see that the position of the tree with respect to you. You are sitting near the window and you are looking at the tree. What you will observe? You will observe that yes, tree is not moving. Okay, tree is not moving. Tree will remain stationary only, but your head is moving very fast. Okay, your head is moving very fast. Okay, okay. So when you are on the train, what you will observe? We will observe one thing that the position of the tree will change with respect to you very fastly. Why it is changing very fastly? Because train is having very high speed, and this tree is located at very near position. Means the distance between the train and the tree is very less. Okay. Now tree is not moving backward. Tree will remain same only. Okay. I think if you are a biology student, you know tree cannot move. Okay. Tree will not move. You are moving. Okay. But it appears that tree is moving. Okay. But actually tree will not move. Fine. But if you look at the moon here, if you are observing the moon from the window, what you will see? The moon position will not change with respect to you. Okay, the moon position will not change with respect to you. Okay, why it is not changing with respect to you? The reason is that the the moon is located at very far away from us. So if it is very far away from us, the position will not change with respect to you. Okay, but the tree which is located is very near to your train, so the position will change with respect to very fastly as compared to moon. Okay, so this phenomena we are using to measure the distance between the sun and the moon. Okay, fine, or earth and the moon. Now how we are doing this again? See, let us suppose we are on the earth. Okay, we are on the earth like this. Okay, now if I have to measure the distance of the moon from the earth. Okay, So this is the Earth now. Fine. Now what we are doing here? In this case, if I have to measure the distance from the Moon and the Earth, let us suppose this distance is say D. Capital D is the distance between them. Okay. Fine. Now if I take any one point on the Moon, this is point A. Okay. And we observe this point A from two different positions on the Earth. Okay. First position is B. Okay. And another position is C. Now this B and C are exactly opposite to each other. Okay. Which means you are you are on the Earth at the exactly diametrically opposite point. Okay. So B and C are diametrically opposite point. Now if I observe point A from point B, then this point B will make certain angle with point A, let us suppose theta from the vertical. Fine. Now if I observe this moon point A from C point, it will make certain angle theta 2 from the vertical. Now vertical is what? Vertical from the vertical it makes the angle theta 2. Now just look at this total angle here. The total angle from two different points B and C would be equal to what? Theta we can assume, which is theta 1 plus theta 2. So what we are doing? We had assumed that the distance between the Earth and the Moon is D, capital D. Okay. Now we are observing the Moon. We are observing a certain point on the Moon from two different positions of the Earth. Okay. One position is B. Okay. Then from B, the point A makes certain angle theta from the vertical. Okay. Now we go to diametrically opposite point. Okay, we go to diametrically opposite point and observe the same point A on the Moon. Now that point will make angle theta 2 from the vertical. The total angle which it makes would be theta, which is theta 1 point theta 1 and theta 2 plus theta 1 plus theta 2. Okay, fine. So if you see here, can I draw like this also? This was the point B, this was the point C. Okay. The distance between point B and point C is say B, or we can say diameter of the Earth. We are observing a point A. Okay. Now from B and from C, from point B and point B makes an angle theta 1 from the vertical. Point C makes an angle theta 2 from the vertical. The total angle would be theta here. Okay. The distance between A and C, the distance between A and C is D. Then, first of all, what is B here? The distance between the 2 points of observation is known as basis. Okay, so B is the basis. B is the basis, which is what? Distance between distance between 2 points of observation. Distance between 2 points of observation is basis B. Okay, fine. This angle is theta, and D is the distance between them. Okay, fine. Now, if I use tan theta, so what is tan theta? Tan theta is, if I take this triangle and find the angle tan theta is perpendicular upon base. Okay, so tan theta would be equal to tan theta must be equal to perpendicular, that is B, by base D. Okay, D is the distance between the Earth and the Moon. So from here, can we write distance between the Earth and the Moon is B, which is the basis, divided by tan theta. Now, when we are observing the Moon, we found that this theta was very, very small. Okay, why it is very, very small? You can see that. You can give one reason, that B by D. Okay, now as the Moon is very far away from Earth, the B by D ratio is very, very less than 1. the distance between moon and the earth is d, and distance of the diameter of the earth is b. So if you look at this, distance from earth and moon is very very large as compared to distance of the diameter of the earth. So if this is the case, then d by d should be very very less than 1. If that is the case, then can we write here as what? Tan theta will be approximately equal to theta. Okay, so from here can we get what? That the distance from the earth and the moon is b by theta. Okay, here we are using small angle approximation. Here we are using the small angle approximation. Small angle approximation. Correct, na? So this is known as parallax method. Now how it is useful for us? It is helpful to find the distance from the two distinct stars. Okay, two distinct points on the earth. Okay. We have to apply small angle approximation. The why we can apply some small angle approximation, because the ratio of b by d is very very less than 1. If this is the condition, then tan theta will be approximately equal to theta. So distance from the earth and the moon is d, which is equal to b by theta. B is the basis, theta is the angle. Now this theta should be in radians. This theta should be in radians. Okay, fine. We should not put in degree. We should have to put in theta in radians. Okay, understood. Okay, I'll explain you again. Wait. See, we have to find the distance between moon and the earth. Okay, let us suppose the distance between moon and earth is capital D. Okay, now we have to see one point on the moon. Let us suppose we are observing point A. This is the point A. This is the point A which we are observing from the which we are observing. This is point A which we are observing. Now to observe the point A, we have to observe the point A. See, to observe the point A, we are taking two different observation points. One is B point. Okay, from B we have observed A. Now when we are observing A, we found that this uh, from the angle which moon is making, the angle which moon is making from the vertical is theta 1. Okay, when we are observing from point B, now we are observing from diametrically opposite point on the earth, that is point C. Okay, and then we are observing the same point A. We found that the angle which the moon which the point A makes with point C is theta 2. Okay, from the vertical. Fine. Okay, now we found that from point B and point C, the total angle it makes is theta, which is theta 1 plus theta 2. Okay, fine. Now we can write like this also. B is the point on the earth. C is the another point on the earth. The distance between B and C is known as basis. Okay, which is the distance between the 2 points of observation. Okay, fine. Now this point A is on the moon. The distance between A and earth is B. Okay, now this angle is theta. Fine. Now if you take this as tan theta, so tan theta would be equal to what? Perpendicular upon base. Okay, so tan theta is perpendicular upon base. Fine. Okay, so what is perpendicular? That is b by d. So d will be equal to b by tan theta. From here we get the value of distance from the earth and the moon. Okay, theta is the angle. Theta is the sum of angle which we are which theta is the sum of angle which when we are observing point A, which makes an angle from the vertical. Okay, theta 1 and theta 2 are those angles which makes from the vertical when we are observing point A. Okay, did you all get this or not? Then One thing more you can say, see, one thing more you can say that this is D. This can also be D. B and A length can also be D. Okay. B and D length can also be D. Fine. Yes, tan and tan this see the tan theta should be in 90 degree. That is correct. That is correct. See, you can also write like this also. Can you say this is D length? Okay. If this is D length, means we can say like this also. Can you say this A and C length is also D? If D, this is D. Okay. Now can we say that if I make a right angle triangle like this, then tan theta or tan theta 1 or tan theta 2 would be equal to what? B by 2D. Okay. So we can say or like this also that tan theta must be equal to D by B by 2. Okay. Parallax is confusing. Okay. Wait, wait. One more method is there for parallax. See, one more method is there. Like if I have to determine the diameter of the moon, okay, or distant planet, if I have to find the diameter of the moon, okay. So let us suppose this is the moon. Wait, wait. Okay, so this is the moon. Okay. Now what we have to do? We have to find the diameter of the moon. Okay. So we can apply parallax method in another way also. We have to find the diameter of the moon. Okay. To find the diameter of the moon, we have to take 2 points. Okay. This is point A on the moon, and we have to take the diametrically opposite point B on the moon. Okay. Now we are on the earth and observing this moon. So this is the point on the earth, and we are observing this moon. Okay. Now can we say that this diameter would be equal to d, which is the diameter of the moon? Diameter of moon is d, is equal to capital D. Okay. Now to get this diameter, what we have to do? We have to observe this point. We have to observe point B and point C. So if this is the point on the Earth, C is the point of observation from the Earth. So with the help of telescope, we'll find we will observe point B. We will observe point B. Okay, and similarly we will observe point A. We are observing point A. Now, so this was the point on this was the telescope which we are having. So when what telescope was at point A, okay, and we have to rotate the telescope to get point B, which is diametrically opposite point on the B. Now you can see, just just imagine you are looking at the moon, which is full moon. Okay, you will see that if you are having telescope and you are observing the diameter of the moon, what you will see? You have to rotate the telescope at very small angle. Just if you have a having telescope, you can see, you can imagine or you can see that moon diameter would be very small when we are observing from certain point. Okay. So if you are having telescope and you have to find the diameter of the moon, what we have to do? We have to see one point on the moon, that is point A. Then we have to rotate the telescope and go to the another point, which is diametrically opposite point, and observe the point B. You will find that the angle which we are rotating the telescope would be very very small. Okay, the angle would be which we are rotating would be very very small angle which we are rotating there. Okay, now let us suppose this angle is theta. Now the distance between Earth and the moon is d, capital D. Okay, now we can again apply the parallax method here. So when we are applying the parallax method here, can we write here as what? Tan theta should be equal to d. This would be, we can take this as small d. Okay, d by d, small d. Okay, okay. So tan theta must be equal to d by d. Okay, distance between the sun and the earth and the moon we found, we know that is d. Okay, so from here can we get the diameter of the moon? So diameter of the moon would be equal to d by tan theta. Now this theta is very very small, so we can assume this as d equal to d by theta. Okay, d is equal to d by theta. In this case, in this way, we can find the diameter of the any object, any heavenly object like Earth, Moon, Sun, or any star which we have to find. Okay, so this is also a parallax method. Did you get this or not? Okay, yes, it is like a trigonometric application only. Okay, CP is equal to D. Now, you can say like this distance would be equal to D, which is the distance between Earth and the Moon. Now, one thing is there. If you take this triangle here like this distance D and this straight distance would be approximately same. So we can assume this distance is D only. Okay, fine. Okay. Now, in when we are using parallax method, we have to use the angle theta. Okay. Now this angle should be in radians. See, you all are getting confused in right angle triangle. That you are saying that this triangle should be in right angle triangle. Okay, okay. Just think one point. I told you about the first case. I told you about the arc. What was I told you about that theta. What was theta? Theta was the arc length by radius. Did you remember this point or not? Okay. Now just think on this point. Okay. This d is very very small as compared to this capital D is very very small as compared to small d, which is the distance between Earth and the which is the distance between the moon and the earth. Okay. Now if this case is there, then can you say theta is equal to arc length by radius? What is the arc length? Arc length is d, which is the diameter of the moon. And what is the radius? Radius here is small d. So can we use this concept also for parallax method? Yes or no? The theta should be equal to arc length by radius. So what is the arc length? D, capital D, and the radius is small d. Okay, fine. So it is not necessary it should have a right angle triangle. Okay, we can directly use the concept of theta here, which is arc length by radius. Arc length will be d, and radius is small d. Okay, fine. Now here we are using something like here we are using degree radians. Like I told you the conversion there that 1 degree equal to how many radians? That is equal to pi by 180 radians. Okay, so 1 degree equal to pi by 180 radians. Now one more relation we have to use here. That relation is 1 degree equal to pi by 180 radians. Then 1 degree is equal to 60 seconds. Sorry, 1 degree equal to 60 minutes. Okay, 1 degree equal to 60 minutes. Okay, fine. So, and how to represent 60 minutes? We have to represent 60 minutes as one dash. This is one dash. Okay. So 1 degree equal to 60 minutes. To represent 60 minutes, we have to put dash. Okay. So can you find the value of 1 minute? So 1 degree is equal to pi by 180 radians. One 1 degree equal to 60 minutes, which is equal to pi by 180 radians. Okay, fine. Pi by 180 radians. So from here, can we get the value of 1 minute? 1 minute equal to pi by 180 into 60 radians. Okay, so 1 minute equal to pi by 180 into 60 radians. Okay, now one more relation is there that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. To represent 60 seconds, we have to write double dash. Okay, double dash. So from here, can we get the value of 1 second? 1 second is equal to pi by 180 into 60 into 60 radians. Okay, it is there in your NCRT. Fine, it is there in your NCRT that 1 degree equal to 60 minutes, then 1 minute equal to 60 seconds. Okay, this is the measurement of angle. Okay, how we are measuring the angle? To measure a very small angle. Okay, it would be 1 second, 2 seconds, 50 seconds. Angle would be in 50 seconds like this. Okay, so that is why the conversion you have to remember the conversion here. That 1 degree equal to 60 minutes, then 1 minute will be equal to 60 seconds. Okay, so these are the small points you have to remember. Okay, 1 minute equal to 60 seconds and 1 degree equal to 60 minutes. Okay, fine. It is there in your NCRT. No, don't confuse with here like second. Second is a measurement of angle only. Okay, when I'm saying 16 minutes, which means it is angle only. It is not time. Okay, fine. So to measure a very small angle, like in the question they can give you. Yes, with this we are calculating parallax method. Okay, parallax. Yes. See, in the question they can ask you that they can say you that the angle from point C to point A and B, this theta is given as, they can give you like this. Theta is equal to 50 seconds like this, which means it is angle they are giving you. Double dash means 50 seconds. So you have to convert this seconds to radians. So how will you convert seconds to radians? By using this relation that 1 second is equal to pi by 180 into 60 into 60 radians. Okay, that's it. Fine. Okay. Now next is small points are left. Chapter is over only. The small point is there. Okay. Now some measurement of length is there like some units are there like Fermi. Okay. So what is one Fermi? Fermi is equal to 1 F equal to 10 to power minus 15. So whenever Fermi is there, it means 10 to power minus 15. Fine. Then we have The question will not be asked like they can give you like the length of certain object is they can say that the diameter of the nucleus is 1 Fermi. So you should know how to convert 1 Fermi to meters or okay. So 1 Fermi meter is given to us. It means 1 Fermi meter equal to 10 to the power 15 meters. Okay, fine. Now, if 1 Armstrong is given to us, like they can give you the diameter of the atom is 1 Armstrong. Okay, so 1 Armstrong is 10 to power minus 10 meters. Okay, 1 Armstrong is 10 to power 10 meters. Fine. Next is 1 astronomical unit. 1 astronomical unit. Okay, so what is 1 astronomical unit? That is AU, which is equal to the average distance of sun from earth. The average distance of sun from earth is 1 astronomical unit, whose value will come as 1.496 into 10 to power 11 meters. So 1 astronomical value is 1.496 into 10 to power 11 meters. Okay, that is 1 astronomical unit. Now next is 1 light year. 1 light year. 1 light year value is equal to 9.46 into 10 to power 15 meters. Now what is light year? Light year is the traveled traveled by the light distance traveled by the light with a speed 3 into 10 to power 8 meters. Distance traveled by the light with a speed of 3 into 10 to power 8 meters per second in 1 year. So distance traveled by the light in 1 year is equal to light year. Okay, it is a constant value. The value which is there, 1 astronomical value is constant, which is the average distance from Earth to the Sun. Next is light year is also constant value. Okay, just remember these values. Okay, you don't need to remember the value. You need to know what is light year. Okay, fine. What is astronomical unit? You need to remember that astronomical unit is the average distance between the Sun and the Earth. Light year is the distance traveled by the light in with the speed of 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second in 1 year. Okay, and next is 1 parsec. Okay, what is 1 parsec? Its value is 3.08 into 10 to power 16 meters. Fine. It is the distance at which 1 parsec is equal to, this is equal to 3.26 light years. Okay, so 1 parsec equal to 3.26 light years. So these are the small points which was left in this chapter. Now your chapter is over. Fine. The chapter is over. Okay, so any doubt is there, you can ask me. Fine. These are the small points you have to remember. Okay. This was the homework which you have to do. So in this homework, I have given you the JE problems only. Okay. Fine. This is the parallax method problem. Okay. Next is the JE 2003. 2003. Parsec is unit of distance only. Okay. 1 parsec equal to 3.26 light years. Okay. Fine. Okay. Now this one. So all the problems is from JE level only. Okay. Fine. So your chapter is over now. Unit dimension. Any doubt is there, you can ask me. Volumetry method. Fourth question is that perform the following operation. Means you have to add. Means you have to get the answer in significant figures, appropriate significant figures. Okay. Volumetric method, where it is volumetric method? Yes, all the questions are homework only. Okay. Okay, all exam. All exam is not asking a NEET exam. Okay. So you can simply read from NCERT book. Okay. That is not asking. A parallax method can be asked, but Aulic method will not be asked. Okay. Some topics are there in NCERT which is there, but that is not asked. Okay, in NEET exam. I will only tell that topic which is asked in a NEET exam. That is useful for you. One astronomical unit is the distance from the average distance of the sun from the earth. Okay. It is elliptical only. Okay. That is why they are telling you the average distance. Okay. Fine. The path is elliptical, that is correct, but we are finding the average distance here. Okay. Aulic distance, Aulic method. Okay. Volumetric. Okay. Fine. Any doubt is there, you can ask me. Okay. Thank you all.